morning breaks gently, not with glory, but with the quiet rustling of clay rooftops and the first cries of roosters echoing through the open fields. A cold wind slips through the cracked mud walls of hundreds of homes across the countryside. The air is thick with the scent of smoke, dust, and sleep. Somewhere in one such home, a man opens his eyes. He does not wear silk. He does not sleep on cushions. His bed is a straw mat on packed earth. His blanket a thin, patched cloth. His feet ache. His arms are sore, but there is no time to complain. The day has begun. There's no clock. The only alarm is the call to prayer, or the sunrise, or hunger. He sits up slowly, rubbing his hands over his face, and pours cold water from a clay jug over his head. The chill cuts through him. He breathes deeply. In the corner of the small hut, a woman crouches over a clay stove. Her hands are blackened from ash. She's blowing softly into the fire. Wood crackles. The smell of warm rotors begins to rise. In another hut not far away, another woman places a small oil lamp before a statue, offering flowers. Both are beginning the day the same way, with faith, with silence, with duty. Children are still asleep, their limbs curled, unaware of what another day in poverty means. The man performs his prayer or bows his head toward his God. Maybe he spreads a mat towards the Qibla. Maybe he folds his hands and whispers before the sun. Either way, his voice is silent, but his heart speaks loudly. He eats quietly, 1 or 2 flatbreads, a small pinch of salt, sometimes a few spoons of lentils from last night. There is no milk. The sugar is saved for guests. Meat comes only during festivals, and even then it is thin, spread among many. The man wraps a cotton shawl around his shoulder. It was once white, but has since faded into brown. He wears a turban or a cloth over his head. His shirt is torn at the collar. His sandals are patched or missing soles. But he walks with purpose. Outside, others are also leaving their homes. Silent figures in foggy paths, all moving in the same direction, the road that leads to the city. Some carry tools, hammers, chisels, baskets. Some drag their wares behind them, pots, vegetables, bundles of cloth. The Muslim, the Hindu, the Sikh, they do not speak of religion here. They speak of work, of food, of whether the rains will come again. Few speak of tax collectors, others of soldiers demanding grain. One man says his son was taken for labor and hasn't returned. The road is long and dusty. Feet kick up dry dirt, but no one slows down. Time is survival. The city appears ahead. Lahore, or Agra, or Delhi. Massive gates, noise, the smell of people and animals, the clash of metal and the call of buyers. The man separates from the others and goes to his work. Perhaps he is a stone carver. Perhaps he is a potter, a weaver, a builder. Perhaps he climbs a scaffold to lay bricks on the mansion of a nobleman. Perhaps he stands in a furnace kiln and fires pottery. Perhaps he sits cross-legged in a workshop dyeing cloth with indigo, his hands stained forever blue. Each strike of his hammer, each swirl of his wheel, each pull of the loom is an act of worship, an act of desperation, and an act of dignity. He does not complain, even when the foreman yells, even when the food is short, even when his back begins to fail. He knows that if he stops, someone else will take his place. At midday, he wipes sweat from his brow. He sits in the shade, not in a rest house or garden, but under whatever tree or awning he can find. He unwraps a cloth bundle, one dry roti, some pickled mango if he's lucky, water from a shared pot. A friend may offer half a piece of jaggery. No plates, no chairs, just knees drawn up, eyes closed, hearts beating the same. Around him sit others like him. A Hindu shopkeeper's son, a Muslim tanner, a Sikh carpenter. They do not speak of kings or courts, only about whether their child has shoes, whether the landlord has come, whether tomorrow there will be work. When the break ends, he returns to the site. More labor, more silence, more sweat. The sun begins to fall. His muscles scream, but he finishes what he started. Before going home, he stops by the market, not to shop lavishly. He doesn't have that luxury. He buys a small cloth of turmeric, a bit of oil, maybe a tiny toy for his daughter made of wood. It costs him a meal, but her smile will be worth more. Back in the village, the sun bleeds into orange and purple. Smoke rises from chimneys. He walks home slowly, each step measured, his feet dragging. But when he opens the door, small feet run to him, arms wrap around his knees. A voice calls him Baba. The food is warm, simple, boiled rice, lentils again, maybe a vegetable. His wife serves him first, not out of ritual, but love. They eat together, no spoons, no table, just hands and togetherness. After the meal, they sit in the courtyard. Stars begin to appear. Neighbors murmur. A song rises from a distant home. A flute, a hymn, a lullaby. The man leans back. His bones ache, but his heart is quiet. His son lays his head on his lap. Will I be like you one day? The boy asks. The man looks at the sky, at the stars, at his hands. You'll be more, he whispers, if God wills. He prays, or meditates, or simply breathes. Then, with the night hugging his home and dreams forming like dew on his lashes, he lies down beside his family. There is no mattress, but there is peace. He closes his eyes. Tomorrow, he'll wake up again, and the empire will still stand, not because of its kings, but because of men like him.